Hi, everybody. This is Aretha in New York City. I hope you can hear me. Today, I'll be talking about Harriet Tubman. To recap, slavery intentionally destroyed Black family connections. For example, Harriet Tubman was born Minty Ross, into slavery in Dorchester County, Maryland, to Harriet, Rit, and Benjamin Ross. Her father was a free man, but slavery was matrilineal, meaning you have the status of your mother. Harriet was one of 9 children. Their enslaver, Edward Brudes, intentionally kept the family separated by assigning them to work at different farms owned by their enslaver. Additionally, there was the issue of the adultification of Black children. From as early as the age of 6, Harriet was sent to work, and some of the tasks were trapping muskrats in marshes where she became ill. She was made to do housework on an adult level. Or also she was gave childcare to white children while she herself was a child. This kept her separated from the necessary care and nurture of her parents, and when she did not perform those adult tasks, she was whipped like an adult. Slavery also adversely impacted our ancestors, resulting in many disabling conditions. Professor Deidre Cooper Owens, who specializes in slavery and medicine, wrote, "Imagine if we were taught that Harriet Tubman was not only a conductor on the Underground Railroad, but was a badass, disabled, freedom-fighting fugitive, Civil War military veteran, healer, philanthropist, and one of the architects of the enduring Black Women's Club movement that birthed civic and fraternal organizations for Black women all over the United States." I am not wondering, I'm just telling you this and hoping that it will build your positive Black identity. There are different accounts of how Tubman became disabled. One, supported by the Visitor Center of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad State Park, is very careful to tell you that it was the result of an accident. This is how the story goes. She was 13 years old and she went to complete an errand at the general store. While there, she observed another Black teen who was trying to escape the white overseer. The overseer told Harriet to help him recapture the Black teen, but Harriet refused. He threw a 2-pound metal weight to allegedly hit the fugitive, but it hit tiny Harriet instead. Black people, only Black Jesus can tell me that angry white man did not mean to hit her. And since that Jesus did not tell me, I believe he meant to hit her. Harriet said the blow broke my skull and cut a piece out of that shawl clean off, and the metal was driven into my head. And without any medical attention, she was immediately returned to field work. Tubman recounted, "There I worked with blood and sweat rolling down my face till I couldn't see. When she was unable to perform the field work due to her injuries, she was sent home to her mother's limited care." Limited because the mother had to keep on working as a slave and as an enslaved person. And she also did not have resources as an enslaved person. Tubman, as a result of this blow, suffered traumatic brain injury. And 2 of the diagnoses of her disabling conditions were temporal lobe epilepsy, which is characterized by bright lights, colorful auras, disembodied voices, and dreamlike trances while appearing to be conscious. The other diagnosis was narcolepsy. My paternal grandmother had that, and it's just when it's a neurological condition and you would fall asleep midway talking, fall asleep at the most inappropriate times. Also, Tubman experienced lifelong chronic pain and headaches, so much so that she was willing to subject herself to brain surgery without anesthesia just to relieve the pain. So you can imagine how horrible the pains were. There are some who use these medical diagnoses to undermine Harriet's intellect and her religious faith. Tubman was an intelligent woman with excellent observational skills that allowed her to lead 70 odd enslaved people to freedom without the ability to read or write or without a map. She was a critical thinker who thought deeply about slavery. Tubman said, "I had to reason this out in my mind, that there was one of two things I had a right to, liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other." In terms of the truth or validity of her Christian faith teaches us that we know someone is a true prophet if their prophecies are fulfilled. Whatever Tubman visions told her, they worked out in her favor when she followed them. So, based on that Christian standard, she was having a prophetic experience. She was who she said she was. Further, faith and spirituality are forms of intelligences that the more you cultivate them, the more you have. People often devalue the forms of intelligences that they do not have. So when they can't believe because they have not practiced believing, they will tell you you're unintelligent for believing. The fact that she was a woman of faith is evidenced in her works. She would collaborate with the AME Zion Church to build a church in Auburn, New York. The photo of the church is in this video. So when Mother Tubman, at the age of 91 on her deathbed, said her final words being John 14:3, "I go away to prepare a place for you, that where I am also you may be," I believe her, because she never lied to us before, and I didn't think she's lying then. Finally, her disability was not a disadvantage, but a superpower that led her to care deeply for others. When she was done with liberating, fighting, spying, nursing, she continued her philanthropy. For example, with the help of the Zion AME Church, she created the Home for the Aged and Indigent, poor Negroes, and this would be the place she would pass away in. So, what can we say about that amazing person? Well done. Thank you for listening.